Michaela Vernava for Nesson.com here on Radio Row, and I'm joined now by Maurice Jones-Drew. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you are now an NFL media analyst, but you were an NFL running back, now retired. But I want to ask you, as a running back, if your quarterback is Cam Newton, how does that change your game?
It doesn't really change my game. It helps me with the number of players in the box. When you have a running quarterback like Cam Newton or a player like Cam Newton, they have to put a spy or two on them so guys can't focus on you as a running back. I really feel like this year Mike Shula's done a tremendous job with him and me and Cam Newton, but Cam and Jonathan Stewart running the read option, running plays off that, using Cam's mobility as a weapon to always keep the defense on their heels and not be so aggressive. And as a running back, you always want that. I mean, Chris Johnson, when he had his big years, they were with Vince Young, Mike Vick with LaShawn McCoy. I mean, so when you have that threat, it helps you run the ball better, and it makes your production obviously much better.
Now, on the Denver side of things, they are equipped with C.J. Anderson. Do you see some of yourself in him?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. We're actually from the same area. He's from the Bay Area as well. So, you know what? I think we're similar in stature. Same type of running style. He definitely is a little bit taller, a little bit thicker than I was when I was playing, but he runs the ball hard. He runs well. I think a lot of people don't know he can catch the ball well out of the backfield. He does a tremendous job of really making the defense tackle. You know, that's something when I was taught as a kid is force the defenders to tackle. Don't always think you're down, be able to break tackles. He does a great job with that. And he is part of the reason that they're where they are now because he can run the ball in between the tackles and get those tough 3 to 4 yards.
Well, of these two teams, who has the stronger running game?
Well, you have to go with the team that has the mobile quarterback, and that's Cam Newton. Again, when you have a defense like the Denver Broncos who rally on getting pressure to the quarterback, when you have a guy that can run and move, you know, and kind of get on the edge and create plays, it keeps you in your gaps. So it allows the running back to have more, I guess for me, open bigger holes and things that he can see. And so for me, Jonathan Stewart and Cam Newton and those guys in that offensive line, they're in sync. That read option is going to be tough. And I think they have a better running game.
And from a running back's perspective, which of these two defenses is more menacing?
You know what? They're both the same, to be honest with you. But when you have a defense like Denver that's won in almost every category, I mean that tells you how good they are. They have a front seven that can get to the quarterback, include linebackers, and they have a back 4 to 6 with your middle linebackers who can cover. So those guys, they have a great mixture of both sides. Even though Carolina can get to you with 4 and Luke Kuechly's done a tremendous job, but they do have some holes. Their secondary is a little banged up. If you take away Josh Norman, you know, you have a backup corner in there. You have a couple safeties that have been kind of around the league a little bit. So they have some issues, but I think they understand what they have to do and they understand their game plan. They're smart players that are never out of position.
Maurice Jones-Drew, you will be providing coverage on NFL Network throughout this Super Bowl week. When and where can we find your stuff?
You know what? You can go on the NFL mobile app, and there's a little button called NFL Now. That's where you see myself and Ike Taylor. We do a lot of our things like Fashion Popo, which is pretty hot, where we talk about what players wear and things like that, or Celebration Station, where we rate players' celebrations if they're good or bad.
All right, real quick then, Cam Newton on his fashion. What's the analysis there?
Cam was second best dress of the year.
Second best.
Yeah, he's done some tremendous jobs. Tyrod Taylor did a great job in Buffalo. He ended up winning it, but he actually killed the game this week with the pants, the Versace pants. I think people don't understand when Cam wore those pants. Yeah, they were a little out. You know, we don't see those very often. But when you go on Versace and you try to buy those pants and they're sold out within the hours, that guy has a lot of style. And I think Versace needs to pay him a lot of money for that.
What's the read on the foxtail?
I love it. It's all about confidence. Whatever you wear, it's about confidence. And it's funny. Our shows, we dress down, we wear sweats. I mean, it's just who you are, and you're able to show your style. Like I'm a sweats guy. Ike is a pants and hoodie guy, which is pretty cool. Every now and then we'll dress up a little bit with a button up, but I think when you have any type of style, it's all about your confidence and what you feel like you can get away with.
All right, well, you also said you rate celebrations and dancing, and that's been a big controversy for the Panthers. People up in arms over their dance moves. How do you rate their celebrations?
I mean, anytime when you have kids like my son and his friends dabbing and doing all those things, it's amazing. Again, it's a different culture. I think people have to realize that the culture's changing with social media. You're starting to have kids that have voices and then they can reach other kids, and obviously there's more younger people than there are older, and more younger people are on social media, so that's getting more of a attention. But Cam has done a tremendous job. I think the dabbing and getting the rap icons in there, such as Future, Young Jeezy, Drake, and those guys to talk about it. It's good to see. It's good to see he's bringing a different type of person to the game, and people are liking it.
Maurice, really appreciate your analysis on not just the game, but also fashion and dancing. Thanks so much for talking with us today.
No problem. Thank you.